Dumbledore and McGonagall opened their eyes as one. There, standing in the middle of a forest, surrounded by a beautiful lake, the moon was round and fat, her light illuminating everything around them. And there, a few feet away from them, they could see her, the breeze playing with her hair as she stood under the oak. Minerva was the first to take a step forward, but was immediately stopped by Albus.
Don't move, Minerva.
But she's just over there.
I know. However, we are not alone in this place.
What do you mean?
We are being watched.
There is but a small frown upon the young face of Hermione Granger as she stares at the contents found in the unwrapped package brought to her by a strange, black-colored owl that had left as soon as it come without waiting for pay or reward. However, the owl was the last of her worries, for what she found inside the package she was sure was something not found within the halls of Hogwarts or any other place filled with an immense library.
Who could have sent this? There's no note or even a return address, but the package does have my name written on it. Well, since I opened it, I guess there's no trouble in saying what's inside this book, but I fear it will turn into dust if I dare open it. It's so old, and the engravings on its cover. Oh, I've never seen such beautiful work done on a leather-bound book. There's no going back now. Time to see what this is all about.
Ronald Weasley curiously stares at the package sitting upon his bed. Something is wrapped in dark brown paper with a gold-themed rope, and on its left side a note with his name simply written on it on a very distinguished penmanship. He had not opened it since its strange black owl had delivered it 3 hours ago. Darn thing didn't even wait for payment, it just left.
You're still staring at that thing?
Oh, give him a break. Let him admire the mayor he so rarely gets.
Oh, shut it, you two.
Oh, really? Why have you not opened the package?
I don't know, I guess it's just my being unable to figure out who sent it. There's no return address at all.
Who cares who sent it? Now let's see what we've got here.
Fred, stop, that's...
What the hell are those things?
There is silence all around him as young Harry Potter witnessed the gorgeous black owl come through his locked window and not break the glass. The winged animal dropped the package upon his bed and left just as fast as it come in.
What? How did... I didn't even know they were black. For Mr. Harry Potter, let his light guide you to the dormant Empress. Huh? What in bloody hell?
Watched by who?
Albus moves in front of her, trying to keep her protected as the figure steps from among the shadows of the forest. Shadows that had not been there, for the moon's light shined everywhere, but now its light began to fade. Neither of them took a breath as the shadow took form. The powerful paw of a feline followed by its big muscled body appeared, but that was not what made Minerva and Albus gasp. 3 pairs of eyes were staring at them. The animal before them had 3 heads. On the left side, that of a dog. On the center, the head of a lion, and on the right, the head of an eagle. On its back were long, black wings, and the tail of a dragon snake.
What is a chimera doing here?
Change into your animagus form, Minerva. They'll think you a keeper.
But Albus...
No buts. This giant Lara is a protector. Unless you are able to break their hold on her, we won't be able to take her from him.
Understanding, Minerva slowly changes to her animagus. A grey and black striped tabby cat runs from behind Dumbledore. Its path headed straight to the young woman standing by the oak tree. The chimera begins to walk slowly towards Albus, as they had not been given an answer.
I am no enemy. I only came seeking something that is mine.
In this realm, only the spirits of souls not ready to cross are allowed among us. You are neither dead not living your last moments of life. You are alive.
In the meantime, the tabby cat ran as fast as her forelegs allowed her to do. She could hear the voices of the chimera. She knew Albus would do his best to reason with the beast without causing a fight. However, she also knew that the chimera did not allow living things within this realm. The chimera also guarded those who were close to death and allowed them to live a happy memory before being taken away. But neither Minerva nor Albus were going to allow it to take her away from them. Not after so long. The cat finally reached the young woman.
I made it.
Minerva had to smile upon seeing the young woman. Even if it was in this place, her hair was arranged in an Odango hairstyle resembling that cartoon girl called Sailor Moon. Her hair was long, so long the tips almost touched the grass. Its color was raven black, but at the bottom half it became a blood red. She wore a deep blue gown with a wonderful train. The train falls very wide at the back due to its 4 folds. It imitated 2 gowns, layers, lacing at the chest with a belt. The fabric belt was held together by a gold-colored buckle. The long sleeves at the end of them finished in a white trim, but on her right wrist Minerva could see a golden bracelet with intricate designs in it.
Starlight, please, you have to snap out of it.
The young woman turns to face her, and Minerva struggles for breath. Her eyes are big black pools of nothingness, empty of the color she knew was hidden behind the blackness. She had a small smile upon her lips. "Hello, kitty." She kneels and picks the cat up.
No, don't. You have to listen. Starlight.
There were moments when Minerva hated that her animagus was a cat, and this, right here, was one of them. Her body became liquid, and she purred with joy and her paws were gently massaging Starlight's arm. "Nice, kitty."
Minerva McGonagall, break out of it. This is no place or time to be acting like an immature kitten. I am so very sorry about this.
Without further ado, the cat opens its mouth and sinks its teeth on the girl's arm. Ah! The loud, painful scream reached both Albus and the chimera. The beast turns its head to the woman he had been ordered to guard. She was kneeling on the ground, holding her arm close to her, and the woman stood next to her.
Stupefy!
The chimera's eagle head saw the attack coming and blocked it by releasing from its mouth a gush of crystal ice shards. Dumbledore jumps to the left, avoiding being hit, but as he is falling back down, something wraps around his legs and lifts him up face down.
You have come to take the girl. Her time in the world of living is done. She is far too precious to die. She has much to live for. Many like her have come our way. What makes her any different?
Albus did not answer.
Let us get rid of this pet. Yes, let us feast on his bones.
The soft voice of a woman singing stopped the chimera as it raised its huge paw. The voice was soothing and mellow, with a hint of pain in it. The chimera immediately released Dumbledore, who fell to the ground with a big thud. Minerva shook Starlight lightly by the shoulders. Soon after she had been bitten, Starlight had fallen to her knees with a scream. For some reason or another, her animagus form had been undone, and she now was in her human form. She could also see that the power the chimera had on her was becoming less. The blackness in her eyes had begun to fade, and little by little, the speckles of her eye color could be seen.
I know you can do it. Just fight it. Don't let it take you over again. You can't give up. You can't. I won't let you.
The words had barely left her mouth when the blue light glowed around Starlight. The darkness in her eyes vanished, and an invisible wind swept all around them. To her amazement, Starlight's eye changed back to their normal state. Her left eye was a deep blue, while her right was an emerald green. Slowly but surely, a soft voice of a woman singing caught her ears. She looks all around to see where it is coming from, and it is surprised to find that it is coming from Starlight herself. "Who are you? Where am I?"
Thank Merlin. I thought you had lost you.
lost me. I don't understand.
You don't need to.
She has awakened.
She did it!
Silently, the Chimera steps back into the shadows from where it came from. Dumbledore stands from the ground, shaking off dirt from his robes. Once he was done with that, he walks in the direction of Minerva and Starlight.
You were able to break her free.
Aye. After a bit of that is.
Starlight looked from the woman to the man. There was something oddly familiar about them, something that made her feel safe and protected. Albus kneels next to McGonagall. With the tips of his fingers, he moves a stray strand of hair behind Starlight's ear. A small smile appears on his lips.
At last, we meet again.
Neither of them is allowed to speak, for suddenly the explosion of a white light blinds them all. The ground underneath them disappears. Poppy had not moved from where she stood. She found that as much as she tried, her body did not respond to any of her commands. And while she watched the bodies of the three people surrounded by the golden light, she could see the scratches on Dumbledore's face healing by themselves, the bullet wound on the girl's side closing as the bullet was pushed out of her body. And just as suddenly as the golden light had appeared, it vanished as it spun around and broke into millions of fireflies that flew out the closed windows, as if the glass did not hurt them at all. With a big draw of breath, Dumbledore and McGonagall pulled away from each other. Their breathing was fast and forced.
Minerva, Albus, are you okay?
Hi. Just give us a few minutes.
Pomfrey nods back and moves to the other side of the bed. She checks the pulse of the young woman, then the not closed one. Once she is done with the checkup, she pulls the bed covers up.
She will be fine now, but she will need rest.
Dumbledore helps Minerva up at the same time the doors open. Severus Snape comes back in with a small letter in his hands.
Headmaster, this arrived a few seconds ago by Owl.
Who sent it?
There is no name or address on it.
Minerva stands beside Dumbledore as he opens the letter. Within is a lotus flower with a sapphire on the center. The flower falls to the floor as words become visible in the paper. Above the castle a black owl hovered, its red eyes carefully watching. The wind lifted it up higher and higher over the trees of the forbidden forest, until it found a clearing amidst it. There a hooded figure extended its arm, the owl landing gently on it.